Hello, welcome to Lynn's Corner, where you can get your motivational and or inspirational tea for the day. In my last video, I talked about making sure that you surround yourself with people that are in alignment with your greatest good. One thing that you don't hear about is the quietness that comes along with removing yourself from people who you're not in alignment with. And if you don't really prepare yourself for that, you can find yourself almost in a state of sadness. And a lot of times that's why people don't really remove the people they know should be removed from their lives that they are not in alignment with, because they don't want to have to be by themselves. And sometimes when people remove one set of people or a couple of people, they immediately try to add some new people, and that's not how it works. And oftentimes when you find yourself around a lot of people or a couple of people or in a relationship and the two of you are not in alignment with each other, it's not very internally peaceful. And so when you are removing yourself from that, that's where you're going to find your peace. But if you keep jumping from friendship to friendship and relationship to relationship, situationship to situationship, you don't have time to work on yourself. You don't have time to fix the things within yourself that need to be fixed, or identify some things that you may not like about yourself. You don't have time to do that because you are pretty much either consciously or subconsciously avoiding the work that needs to be done internally. Things that you can do while you are in that quiet space in life. Because I won't call it loneliness. If you take the time to do the work, it's not necessarily a lonely space. It's a growth space. So you could take that time to do a lot of reading. You could watch a lot of YouTube videos on a particular topic that you know you need to work on. You can go to places like Panera Bread and sit with yourself. A lot of people don't really, well, I'm not going to say a lot of people don't, but many people do not know how to comfortably sit with themselves. They may sit with themselves, but it's not a comfortable thing for them. So just know that when you do remove yourself from people that you are not in alignment with, and sometimes too, those people can be removed from you. You don't have to do a thing. You look up at the people that remove themselves. Don't question it. I know it's natural for us to question it, but don't question it. And as soon as you can, accept it and don't wallow in it. Friendships sometimes end after years, after decades. You find yourself in a state like, wait a minute, what in the world happened here? But as I said in my last video, we talk about reason, season, and lifetime. And we say that as a nice little cliche, oh, reason, season, lifetime. But when you realize something is a season or a reason and not a lifetime, you're devastated. So we need to make sure that we understand that every situation is not always here to stay. Every relationship is not always here to stay. Every friendship is not always here to stay. Every situationship is not always here to stay. We got to know that. We got to understand that in our hearts. Because we have had knowledge of a lot of these things. Oh yeah, I know. But when that thing hits you, it's kind of like, oh man, what's going on? What's going on? I can't deal with this. You can deal with it. Just take time with yourself. I don't know, some people may be Christians. Maybe you might want to read your Bible. Some people meditate. That's what I choose to do. Meditate a lot when I was in that phase. Because we go through that from time to time. There's some pruning that goes on in our lives. If we are growing, there is pruning that goes on. Now, if we're not growing and we're stagnant, it's nothing to prune. You know how it is with the grass. In the wintertime, it doesn't grow. It's just stagnant. It's dead. It's doing nothing. But if you are really growing, there is going to be some pruning that goes on if you are truly growing as an individual in the right direction. It's just the natural order of things. When you are moving in the right direction and your, I don't want to say vibration, but I'll say it, and your quote unquote vibration is high, then there's going to be some natural pruning that goes on in your life. And while you're doing that work and working on yourself and looking at things that you can better about yourself, that's when you're going to find your natural vibrational matches are going to find you. Like I spoke about in the last video, water seeks its own level. But you're going to find that your tribe and your people and your relationship and your man or your woman, whoever that is, while you're doing the work, those people are going to show up in places that you wouldn't think they would show up. That's another thing. Don't go looking for the friends. Now, I wouldn't say be so turned off that you block out or forget it. You know what? I don't need no friends. I don't need no man. I don't need no woman. That's not what we're talking about. But what I'm talking about, let's not be in a state of desperation where everywhere we go, we're trying to find a man. Everywhere we go, we're trying to meet a new friend. Everything is going to happen naturally that's supposed to happen. As one of my girlfriends says, ain't nothing out of order, Tracy. And that's the truth. There's nothing out of order. Everything is in divine order. And we need to start realizing that about our lives. When you feel those vibrational matches come into your life, you'll know that they're the right people that's supposed to be there. You'll know, you'll be able to feel it. And just because somebody's a vibrational match to be your friend, to be your mate, or a vibrational match at a job, it doesn't mean that these people or these things are going to be perfect. That is not the case there either. I'm not saying these things are going to be perfect, but they are going to be matches for you, because you yourself aren't perfect. We aren't perfect, but they're going to be more of a vibrational match for you. So that's just what I wanted to talk about today. Just make sure that when you're in that quiet space, that kind of bridge between leaving the people who are not aligned, or the job that's not aligned, or the house that's not aligned, and moving toward the things and the people that are aligned, there's a bridge, there's a quiet space, there's a lull. Make sure during that time you are taking care of yourself and you are making the best of your time. Okay? See you soon.